Hello and welcome to Cressida Mudaliar. Today I thought I'd come online to share some insight and some awareness. I'd like to talk about relationships, and particularly people that have been in a relationship, that have gone through relationships in the past and are currently single or currently going through a breakup at the moment. Now, what I'd like to speak about is something that I think would resonate with a lot of people, because it's something that was a light bulb moment for me in my life, in my experiences. When you are in a relationship, that is all you know. That is the person you're used to spending your time with. And when that relationship ends, whether it's your decision or the other person's decision, it doesn't make it any easier, because you may have spent some time with this person and even possibly thought you would spend the rest of your life with this person. Now, when you get through this relationship and it's over, a lot of people tend to want to get into another relationship, or they start looking. They feel that sense of lack and perhaps loneliness, and they start looking again straight away, or they do give themselves some time and they do what they want to do, perhaps spend time with their friends and their family, although the time itself isn't easier for them. And breaking up is not an easy or nice thing for anyone to go through, because at the end of the day it's something that is painful, but it's definitely something that people can get through. And we know this from challenges we've possibly faced in the past, and we think there's no resolution to it, and we find after some time we heal and we get through it. That's just like a breakup, and that's just like ending to a relationship. Now, what I would like to speak about is really, have you ever noticed in the past, say if you've had a few people you've possibly dated, or you've had long-term relationships, or you are currently single and you seem to attract similar people, and these similar people are people that perhaps the relationships end in a similar way, or they tend to want something in particular from you, or you tend to be doing similar things for them. And perhaps, for example, if you need something yourself in your life, it's a good point to start and a good place to start. So if you're not in a relationship right now, it's good to sit back, stop, look and listen, and stop in for a moment from just looking to see what's out there, but just stop in and taking the time to get to know yourself and looking within yourself to see what is it that you really want from somebody. And also listen to yourself. What actually were you getting or not getting from the past experiences or past relationships that perhaps didn't serve you and would make it a bit easier where you are right now? What I'm trying to say is, you heard the saying that it takes two to tango. And yes, I do agree that is true. It's true in the sense that what are things that you perhaps said that you could have said differently? How could you have communicated better? What could you have said or not said? And what things could you have probably behaved or responded or reacted to? This is a learning for everyone, and it doesn't matter what type of relationship there was, because at the end of the day, if you currently or constantly work on yourself, this is true in all areas of life, everything else around you will change. So if you feel you're lacking or needing something from another person, then really that is a light bulb moment or awareness to say stop. If you feel you need that from somebody else, that is something you need to do or work on within yourself first. Because if you don't have it, how are you going to see it in somebody else? And how are you going to give it to somebody else? Because you don't have it. So why look for it in somebody else when you don't have it to give, or you don't have it within you? What I'm trying to say is, if you're looking for love from somebody else, have you got love for yourself inside yourself? Because if you're going to look for somebody, people think we've got two hearts that are separated in two. This is one half and this is the other half. And when we come together, we make a whole. But really, you are a whole on your own. The other person should be whole on their own. And when you guys come together, you amplify what you have. And that creates the most beautiful relationship. Not to say you won't have ups and downs, you will always have that. But you will have the resources within you, and if the things that possibly affected you before, that person didn't fulfill a specific need, then it won't affect you. So this is really, really important. When I say that you should clear your lens before looking, now you need to work on yourself before you jump into the next relationship, because you will find you will repeat the same patterns, you will see the same things, and you will create the same experiences all on your own. And why I say this is, in every area of your life, who is present? And that is you. That is a common denominator in every experience in your life. So what does that say? That says that if you can work on yourself and basically clear up your own stuff, and you won't take your stuff, the other person's stuff that you've been carrying around with you as well, into your next relationship, into your next job, into your next career. This basically just means you need to clear your stuff, see what you could have learned from the past relationship, and this is what we take as, we need to be stronger. Oh, this happened to us in the past. All these people did this to me. We cry victim and we blame. But really, yes, people say that makes you stronger. But at the same time, while you're being stronger, the next person that comes along, that's all you're going to focus on. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to happen. So actually, you're saying all the things you don't want to happen as if you want them to happen, because our unconscious mind doesn't process negative. So if you take the don't out, what does it say? I want this, I want this. So I don't want to be hurt, I want to be hurt. So we are creating our own realities every single day. Now, if you have a don't in your sentence, in your thought processes, think to yourself, hang on a minute, what do I want instead? I want somebody who's like this. I want somebody who's like this. I want somebody who's like this. And if we have people exactly like us, what is it to learn from that? How is that going to benefit you in your relationship? There's got to be some sort of difference to keep your relationship going. There's got to be some sort of difference. So it's not to say you want somebody exactly like you. You may have somebody that has respect for you, perhaps, somebody who's compassionate, somebody, whatever comes up for you. List all these things down. They should be your top 5 values, the most important. And if you look at those top 5 values, would those be values that would be able to carry you forward and serve you in your relationship and support you in your relationship? Is it something, these values, you can stand by and live by? If those values, if there's any in those top 5 that are not supporting you currently, then that's something definitely to work on, something to be aware of, something to acknowledge that, yes, put my hands up, this is what I need to work on. Now, the most important thing is for us to take our power back. If you have past experiences where you perhaps have felt hurt or betrayed or whatever, you need to take your power back, because if you think about it and you're wallowing in your sorrows right now, you need to think about how long is that ex-person going to be in control of your life? How long are they going to be in control of how you're feeling? How long are they going to be in control of how you're behaving? Now, we don't notice any opportunities in our life when we are stuck in a problem. All we see is problem. So we need to clear that out. We need to release what's holding us back. And perhaps we need to come to a point where we forgive. And this is not to say that the other person wins. This is not to say that the other person gets away with it or if it was right. This basically means that you forgive yourself for you, so you can move on, so you can let go of this energy that is draining you constantly every single day. It's currently something that happened in the past perhaps, and you're still holding on to that, and that is controlling your life. Such a disempowering place to live and to be in, because you are so much more, and you can be so much more. All you need to do is just release, let go, forgive, and move on. How that helps you is basically you be able to have more clarity of what you truly want, where you really want to go, who you want to spend your time with, the decisions and the choices you make, the behaviors that you do. They will all be different, and you will notice and you will attract the people that you want in your life. So take this on board, and if you resonate with anything, subscribe. Find me on Facebook at Cressida Mudaliar. Find me on Instagram. Follow me, like, comment, and I am happy to share more insight and awareness, because I know there's so many people that are holding themselves back. They are stuck in so many emotions right now that is so disempowering. And I come from a place of love, and I come from a place of respect, and I come from a place of guidance and a place of acknowledgement to create awareness for all those out there that are stuck in a place looking for that special someone, or that's out of relationship with someone that they thought was special. But I want you to know it does get better, but you need to start with you, and you need to sort you out first before you start to look again. So I'm offering a 15-minute free laser call, and whoever's interested, let me know, and I will be able to speak to you and see if you're a fit to move forward if you choose to. If not, I wish you all the very best. Please subscribe, and I'll be sharing more great value for you guys to be able to create more positive change and guidance in your lives. So I'd love to speak to you all soon, and I hope you all have a great day.